Today, Bitcoin ticks lower as Wall Street rises to fresh records. President Trump pardons Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht. And Franklin Bi of Pantera Capital shares his new expectations for the crypto task force headed up by President Trump's SEC. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Brandon Gomez. Crypto markets in the red again today, even as Wall Street rises and the S&P hits a new intraday record. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin slipped 1% to $103,000. Ether also fell 1%, trading at $32.77, while XRP traded mostly flat at $3.17. Also, a quick check on the Trump and Melania meme coins that surged over the weekend. Trump's token rose about 3%, according to CoinGecko, after the president mentioned the meme coin to reporters yesterday. Meanwhile, CoinGecko data shows Melania coin fell by about 1%. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Ross Ulbricht, the creator of dark web marketplace Silk Road, has been pardoned by President Trump. He shared news of the pardon on Truth Social last night, saying, quote, "The scum that worked to convict him were some of the same lunatics who were involved in the modern-day weaponization of government against me." Ulbricht began serving a double life sentence plus 40 years since 2015 after being found guilty on all 7 counts against him. Those include distributing narcotics, money laundering conspiracy, and conspiring to commit computer hacking. Silk Road was a dark web marketplace notorious for illicit drug sales using Bitcoin. Ulbricht and users of Silk Road were some of the earliest large-scale Bitcoin adopters, which prosecutors argued helped vendors remain anonymous. With yesterday's pardon, Trump fulfilled a campaign promise to many in the crypto industry who sought Ulbricht's release. Next, a second ruling in federal court says the Treasury Department's sanctions on crypto mixer Tornado Cash were an overreach. A federal judge in Texas lifted the sanctions on Tornado Cash that had been in place since 2022, marking a win for crypto advocates who oppose the crackdown. Yesterday's decision comes after a federal judge ruled in November that the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control overstepped authority by sanctioning smart contracts on the Tornado Cash platform. Now, that ruling found that those contracts weren't property and therefore outside OFAC's purview. Back in 2022, the Treasury Department accused Tornado Cash of facilitating billions of dollars in money laundering since 2019, including funds stolen by North Korea-backed Lazarus Group. Its founder was found guilty of money laundering in a Dutch court. We did reach out to the Treasury Department about the U.S. court ruling, but didn't hear back right away. All right, for our main story, Crypto World's Jordan Smith spoke with Franklin Bi, general partner at Pantera Capital, about the SEC's new crypto task force and how crypto startups are reacting to the new administration.
All right, Franklin, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with the latest news from the Trump administration, because we're still waiting on crypto executive orders, but we did see that Trump's SEC is launching this crypto task force to sort of find clear rules for the industry. Talk to me about how hopeful you are that this will bear results for the industry, especially because, I mean, there was a time when the crypto industry wanted the SEC to back away from crypto regulation. They were saying, we wanted Congress to step in and make rules for the industry. That tone has seemed to change. So are you hopeful about this new task force? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I would say I'm more hopeful than ever. I think going into the inauguration, everyone in the industry was really optimistic about the incoming administration having a more sensible, even pro-crypto sentiment. So the question in my mind on January 20th was, well, how much of that sentiment is actually going to convert into real progress? So the crypto task force is the first sign, in my mind, that this administration has the appetite to go beyond short-term political wins and do the actual work, create sensible regulation that hopefully will last beyond just the next 4 years. So, we saw that SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce is going to lead the task force. I think she's the ideal choice to do that. She's been consistently the voice of reason, has been actively engaging with the industry. So we've had great conversations with her over the years about the types of frameworks and clarity that we need. So we're looking forward to Commissioner Pierce taking a lot of those learnings and hopefully just restoring the conditions for good actors to build in crypto and on blockchain in good faith and work together with regulators to make forward progress.
Yeah. As you mentioned, Hester Peirce has been a longtime ally for crypto, especially in the Biden administration. She was attending a lot of these crypto conferences, hearing from members of the industry. I think the other thing we're watching that crypto leaders are paying attention to is to see if Trump enacts this crypto and AI task force led by David Sachs that's been mentioned before. What would that czar position mean to put those two technologies together under the same umbrella in the White House? What does that mean, and what do you see from a role like that?
Seeing crypto and AI together is incredibly meaningful because it shows what the priorities are going to be in the technology sector for this administration. So the fact that AI has really seen a lot of the mind share and attention from the general public has kind of overshadowed how much crypto is going to play a role as well. We think it's going to act both as a complementary technology to AI in the way that it's going to allow AI to act almost as a financial actor and take advantage of a lot of the digital first payment rails and financial rails that we've already been working on in crypto. And on the other hand, it's also going to work as a counterbalance. The fact that AI today is producing its own challenges, deep fakes, and the fact that we have such an easy way to create content almost at an infinite scale means that the need for authenticating content and curating content is going to be even more important. And so that's where blockchain networks can actually play a huge role. So the fact that we are going to have this tight relationship where David Sachs, as this designated czar of AI and crypto, means that hopefully these two strategies can work together. And we saw today the Stargate initiative bringing together SoftBank, Oracle, Microsoft, OpenAI on a new sort of infrastructure project within the U.S. I think that's the kind of thing that shows us, we're kind of looking at this as a new industrial revolution. Technology leads the world, but the U.S. needs to be leading in technology. And so having crypto be part of that picture as well, I think is incredibly important.
Yeah, I mean, this is all under the idea that the Trump administration wants to spur crypto innovation or growth within the United States. Let's talk about some of the expectations that you have for the crypto industry itself. Obviously, Pantera Capital works closely with crypto startups, and I'm just wondering what the mood has been like since Trump's inauguration or since the election. What has the tone been from some of these startups, and what are they focused on?
Yeah, Pantera has been investing in blockchain and crypto since 2013. I've personally been in the industry for 10 years, starting at JP Morgan with the first blockchain team there back in 2015. And it really feels like this is the first time ever that we're going to have a truly sensible, almost at least neutral at minimum, stance for crypto entrepreneurs to build and be seen as a good actor for trying to do something meaningful. So in that sense, for entrepreneurs, for founders, it feels like it's a new day. To paint a picture of how stark the change will be in their minds, just imagine where the US would be in leading the world on technology and AI if Bill Gates had been prosecuted because Microsoft Excel was being used by criminals, or if NVIDIA was being forced to build its chips outside of the US because those chips were being used for Bitcoin mining. So that's the twilight zone that we're coming out of, hopefully. And so for crypto entrepreneurs, it gives them the confidence that they can stay in the US without having the rug pulled from under them. Just to give you one number, today, after almost over 10 years of blockchain being an actively developing technology, we only have 100,000 developers in the whole industry. That's half the size of Google. So if we can open the path for that to grow 100 times and to have 10 million developers building on blockchain, which we think is absolutely appropriate and should have happened a long time ago, I think that really unleashes just a wave of innovation, a wave of new products and applications that for a long time have just been held back.
One of the things I'm still thinking about is we're talking about potential innovation in the space, but we're not talking about a straight line up. There will be pullbacks, there will be headwinds, and I'm wondering what you see the headwinds potentially being. You mentioned maybe a shortage of developers if there are only 100,000. Is that something you're concerned about? I mean, and to the other point, I mean, there are still bad actors in the space, and that does seem like a headwind. So what should people be watching when it comes to crypto, and maybe things that are a concern for the industry or for the Trump administration?
It's a great question. I think we're not looking for a world where crypto becomes completely deregulated, right? I think the fact that blockchain has already shown itself to be so great at building new capital markets, allowing assets to travel freely and trade more efficiently, that has opened up a lot of room for speculation to run rampant and for bad actors to take advantage of that fact. So I think absolutely the SEC and other regulators need to pay attention still to that fact, that with great power comes great responsibility. But for a long time, good actors have been pushed out of the space. Folks like Coinbase that have been pursued for trying to do the right thing, while bad actors like FTX have had almost free reign. So hopefully we see this administration set the tone for the industry to say, look, we're going to work with good actors rather than assume the worst of them, while bad actors should know very clearly that they're going to be prosecuted and pursued by regulators, as they should be in any industry.
Okay, that's all for Crypto World today. We're back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.